Okay, here's what we have. My brother lives in a village, not that one, but like two over. And what it is there's villages and then farmland. Now, this whole field here, and then it just splits. And this whole field here is, and you see a lot of this around here, that is this stuff. Now, it's some kind of a seed in here, and that's what it looks like. I'm not sure what it is, but there's a ton of it growing around here. And then they're grains, like that may be some, I don't know what it is. You guys maybe tell me. Then there's a ton of this stuff growing around here. Here, I'll try to get a better one. I mean, you guys can see what that is. And all this stuff is still really green. None of this stuff has really matured, I don't think, but it's on its way. So, you know, that's what that is. Okay, and then they've got this too. Now, this stuff here is about chest high, and I'm 6 feet, so I'm, you know, 4.5 feet, at least 5 feet, probably. This stuff is really tall. Now, this stuff here, this is another kind of grain, wheat, whatever you want to call it, and that's what that is, right there. But man, it's pretty thick. And there's a ton of that growing around here. It's still pretty milky in there. And not really, yeah, I guess a little milky. Anyway, so that's what that is. Now, this stuff is a ton of it, man. It's this whole field. This whole field. And that's another thing. There's not like, you know, back in the States, there's like 60 acres of corn and that's it. It seems like over here, there's a lot of farmland for sure. This is rural Germany. I forget the name of the town my brother lives in, but something Stein, you know. Anyway, so anyway, that's this field. Now the field behind it is this taller stuff. Okay. And that's probably down there, that field. It goes all the way from that tree line. I mean, I don't know. That's probably the biggest field I've seen when I came over, you know, since I've been here. And then you have this stuff. That is obviously this. I probably didn't even have to pick that one. But anyway, this is a lot shorter. This is, I mean, here's my knee. You know, it's a lot shorter, but man, that stuff's doing good. Now, I know they're not allowed to use pesticides and stuff over here. I'm not exactly sure of the rules, but they're using fertilizer or something. You can see where they came in and sprayed. So I'm not sure exactly what they're using, but I mean, I don't see a weed in that field. You know, they're using something. That's another thing, the soil type. I'll show you guys right here. It rained a lot, but I mean, there it is. That hold on, I gotta close this up. Unable to establish a connection. Anyway, that actually looks really, doesn't look bad. Maybe a little flaky, compacted, but anyway, that's what that looks like. Brad, Larson Valley Farm, you would know a lot about this stuff. I mean, you know, probably all you guys. But anyway, you know, this is my pasture walk, huh? Anyway, so that's what's up with that. But a lot, you'll see other parts, and I swear to God that soil is friggin' red. You know, like something you'd see down south. I mean, really red soil, and you see it in a couple areas where they do, you know, they're doing construction and they've dug shit up. Really red soil. But then it's like you go a little farther and then it's not. So I'm not sure. But anyway, this is kind of in it's all rolling around here. But then there's, I wouldn't consider these mountain ranges, but I mean, those are, unfarmable, for sure. But here's another cool thing. Do you see this path I'm walking on? This is open to the public. Anyone can come back here and just walk. And there's horses and shit around here, but this isn't privately owned. It's part of the government, and the government does this. They come in and pave these little paths all through these valleys, and I can go into the woods and stuff. I'm gonna go in there. I've been walking for probably, and I'm by myself, my whole family's here. We just got back from, we went Germany through Austria. Austria was the most amazing, beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Hands down. This trip it's really opened my eyes up to the world. It's a lot different than I think I had a pre-established conception of what was over here, and I was dead wrong about all of it. Anyway, so Germany through Austria, down into Italy. We went into Verona, Italy first. I'll probably post a video on it. It was cool, but, definitely a city, and it's cool to absorb some of their culture, too. Every restaurant I went to, and I ate at every place. We were on the road, man. It was like a 10-day trip or some shit. But anyway, yeah, look at this stuff. What the hell is that? And here's what the base looks like. Looks like asparagus or something. I know it's not asparagus, but I'm just saying, those stalks. I don't know what that is. Maybe you guys do, but I don't. Anyway, every restaurant I went to, I just told the waitress or waiter, I want whatever you think is the best, because I wouldn't. I'm not going to go to Italy and get pizza and spaghetti and meatballs the whole fucking time. So, some was really good, and some was, I wouldn't cook it at my house, and whatever the hell that was just stung. I don't know, that shit kind of hurts. Anyway, so then we went to Venice. Venice is a really cool little place. Now, what we did is we just got lost on purpose. It's a friggin' island, so you can't get too lost. But anyway, we just walked around there, and not a place I'd want to live, but it was cool to see. Now, Venice, I don't know if you guys remember or know the history behind it, but what I was told was back in the dark ages, the plague, they built Venice to put all the people that were infected in it. And they put them on that island, which is, everything's water. It's like a city built on the water. And they put all the people with the plague over there. And it sounded like a hell of a good idea. There's certain groups of people I would love to put on a friggin' island and just, okay, you don't leave a boat there. You know what I mean? You guys are friggin' staying. But anyway, that's political. I try not to put any political shit in my little videos. But, yeah, I don't know. I've been walking for about 4 or 5 hours. My brother lives, not that town, but a couple, or villages, I guess they call them. A couple more over, maybe, I don't know, real far that way. So, and I'm probably going to get rained on, but I don't care. This is my last day here, and they asked what I wanted to do. We just drove back anyway, after Venice, we went to Rome. Rome was super cool. A lot of history, shitload of tourists, Wasn't really, I don't like being around a bunch of people. That's why I'm trying to leave Chicago, But it was cool. I was with my family, and, I saw the Colosseum. It was really cool. Saw some fountains and cool shit. There's a ton of friggin' rats in Rome, man. Oh, my God. It's like a friggin' epidemic over there. But there's a lot of this stuff, too. Now, I don't know if they're letting this field rest, or maybe it's boggy down there, I don't know. But then I see fields like this that look just kind of fallow, like in farmable places, like, okay, so maybe they're just letting that rest. But I don't know, there is a river that runs through there, not Rip Creek, so maybe that's just, it floods or whatever. And that's about it. So there's woods around here everywhere too. It's farmland, woods, and villages. Now what they do with these woods is there's a guy from the little village, and his job through the government or whatever the hell is to take care of the woods. Now they do selective harvesting in these woods, and yeah, right there, look, there's some right there, some logs and shit or whatever, and then they sell the firewood too, and all of this is open to the public. There's no whatever. But anyway, and then that's firewood to heat their houses, and they buy it. So here's a good example of the two different kinds of grains right next to each other. This was that shorter. I mean, that looks plentiful though. I mean, that grain's pretty friggin' big. And then, so, and it's, I'd say about 2/3 the height of this other stuff, which is, this stuff I was showing you guys. Sorry about my video skills. I think I should zoom out. Look at that. Who needs video, guy? Anyway, so there you go. But that's what we have. But anyway, so from Rome, we drove all the way up through Switzerland. I was in the Swiss Alps, and we got a lodge there, and it was freaking cool, man. I mean, you'll see these huge, like these mountains over here, that's nothing. That's a friggin' hill. But down in the Swiss Alps, and even through Austria was the most beautiful, amazing place. But Switzerland was pretty sweet too, and it's the same mountain range. But anyway, you'll see a friggin' village like way up on that hill, and it's like, I still can't fathom why they live up there. But we stayed in a lodge up there, so it was. There's just a shitload of switchbacks that get you up there, and they live up there. I don't know. So, but then it's like, okay, so how do they make a living? What do they? Because they're so far from any city or whatever. They're definitely not driving to work every day. So it's just kind of interesting. I don't speak the language, so I couldn't really ask a bunch of questions, because trust me, I had a million. But I don't know, it was pretty sweet. In the bathrooms over here, you have to pay to go to the bathroom. Like if you stop, you're driving, you have to pay €1, which is $1.17 of our money, American money, to take a piss, man. You know what I mean? There's a turnstile, but then there's another, you can also pull over on the road and just piss off the side, and you don't get arrested. That's totally acceptable over here. Anyway, so I guess these are all marked. Whatever, firewood, I guess. Maybe the bigger ones are for lumber. I don't see them getting much lumber out of that smaller shit, but, and the trees and everything. I see a lot, plant life, I see a lot of stuff that I've seen in the States. It's pretty similar. I've seen a couple of plants that I'm not sure what they are, but I don't know. A lot of clover over here, obviously red and white clover. Look at this. I've never seen this before in my life, and now you guys are seeing it with me. A lot of pine trees over here too. That's a stand of pines right in there. But it's really cool. So I mean, this walk, I just keep going. I want to see what's up around the next bend every time. This is what I enjoy. Those cities and everything, you can kind of I mean, it was cool to see, but I could have went on pasture walks for friggin', 12 days or whatever the whole time. Hey, Brad, next time you're organizing a pasture walk, why don't you do one over here? But anyway, then Sweden, back up into Germany, and my trip is pretty much done now. So, looking forward to going back to the States. All the guys did real good as far as work, and all the jobs went pretty smoothly. There's one guy I'm gonna fire for sure, but whatever, you can't keep everybody. So here we are. I'm probably gonna end this video. It's getting long, but I'm gonna just see what's around this next bend and show you guys that. But it's beautiful out here, man. I mean, today's a cloudy whatever day, kind of cold. Germany is definitely north of Chicago, like where I'm from. It doesn't get dark up here. Like, it was 10:30 at night and I could still see the horizon where the sun had been, and they're north, so their days are longer, but whatever time of year, I guess winters, their days are shorter. So, northern hemisphere, that was kind of odd. But anyway, yeah, that's about it. I'm going to wrap it up. Now I'm going to walk in these friggin' woods and see what's up there. I don't know. There's an oak tree. Come over to Germany and show you guys a fucking oak tree. Anyway, so that's about it, guys. It's been a real cool trip. I'm really glad I came, and just to experience these people's culture. I also brought my 11-year-old son. I don't think I'll ever forget it. It wasn't that expensive. I mean, to fly over here, 2 tickets, $1,600 round trip. And then the cool thing is I had my brother who lives over here, and my sister, she lives in the next village over from my brother. But I don't know, so $1,600 to get over here, and then probably another maybe $4,000 I spent, and that's like 10 days of traveling, hotels, eating, souvenirs. I didn't buy one souvenir for myself. I don't need them. I've been there and experienced that. But my little kid, I'm like, yeah, get a Gladiator helmet, whatever. So anyway, it looks like the road, I'm not walking through that shit, but I'm gonna go up into these woods behind me, and that'll be that. All right, guys, keep your videos coming, loving them. When I get back to the States, we're gonna start looking for land vigorously. Get those credit scores up there, and it's time to pull the trigger, baby. It's friggin' exciting, Friggin' makes me want to cry almost thinking about it, man. It's like I'm in prison right now, living in Chicago. I'm in prison, and I'm about to get out. But more on that later. All right, guys, comment, rate, and subscribe if you want to.